Welcome to JRS News. I'm your host Sean, and tonight, on this 9:30 evening show, be prepared to learn about suicide. Our topic for today, suicide the issue. Prepare, sit back, relax, grab some popcorn if you want, and enjoy and be educated on the topics of suicide and how it is affecting our society. Before we begin, we want to talk about suicide. Suicide is a very sensitive topic that a lot of people do not like to talk about. A quick bunch of stats about suicide is that nearly 40,000 Canadians each year die because of suicide. Surprisingly, suicide is the second leading cause of death among youth in Canada. More than 1,000 people in Ontario alone die because of suicide. Suicide is one of the leading causes of death in both men and women from adolescence to middle age. All this data may be very surprising to you, but it's the media that's covering everything and we do not get the full picture. Peel itself this year has had more than 6 to 7 deaths from suicide. Our hypothesis is that suicide rates will significantly increase throughout the next few years due to many factors, which include mental disorders, the increase in life satisfaction, the stress level that people deal with these days, the increase in media, and because of crisis phone numbers. Mood disorders are a disease of the mind. Many causes include genetics, biological factors, personality and environmental factors, life experience, and trauma. Almost one half, 49% of those who feel that they have suffered from depression or anxiety have never gone to a doctor about their problem. In the following clip, you will see a chart of the mood disorders that people have faced in life. In this image, you can see the increase in disorders over the years that went by.
Life satisfaction is a very subjective topic. Life satisfaction is a measure of how people evaluate their life as a whole rather than the current moment. People in our generation are not as easily satisfied than the previous generation because we are very materialistic. For example, back in the day, when they receive a new toy, they are satisfied for a longer period of time. Whereas in our generation, we move on quickly. Once we receive a new toy, we play with it for a short period of time, and then we want something else. Since this data is very subjective, surveys base their questions off an individual's health, education, income, personal fulfillment, and social conditions. On the following graph, it shows perceived life stress of Canadians in the years 2008 and 2011. This graph is best modeled by the power regression, which has an R-squared value of 0.996. And the equation for the line of best fit is on the slide right now. When you extrapolate the data, you get about 6,728,926 people with stress in 2012, and 6,818,528 people in 2013. And of 2014, it rises up to 6,895,409. And until 2015, it is 6,962,474 people. So what does this mean? What does all this data mean? It means that Canadian life stress is on the rise, and this factor is a really major point for suicide rates as well.
A prominent feature in our life is the media, whether it be magazines, television ads, billboard advertising, or even just plain commercials or Facebook and social networking. From these images that you see going on the screen, you can see the increase in social networking as the years have gone by. You also see how much of a drastic effect it has on our life.
This graph is the number of suicides among Canadians between the years 2005 to 2009. This graph is best modeled by quartic regression, which has an r-squared value of 1. The equation for the line of best fit is y is equal to 17.96 x to the power 4 minus 235.42 x cubed plus 1128.54 x squared minus 2238.08 x plus 5070. When you extrapolate the data, you get 12,416 suicides in 2012, 22,545 suicides in 2013, 39,710 suicides in 2014, and 66,593 suicides in 2015. When you compare the number of suicides to the number of mood disorders, you find that there is a positive correlation where when the number of mood disorders increase, so does the number of suicides. When you compare the number of suicides to life satisfaction, you find a negative correlation where when satisfaction increases, suicide rates decrease. When you compare the number of suicides to stress levels, you find that there is also a positive correlation where when stress levels increase, so does the number of suicides. These are all cause and effects relationships where the changes to the number of suicides are a result of the changes to the number of mood disorders, life satisfaction, and stress levels. One source of error is that there is a very small sample size for the data used. This affects the regressions, lines of best fits, as well as the extrapolation of data. Another source of error is that there would have been biases. For example, there might have been response bias, since people may have given false information since they might have been embarrassed to answer certain questions. We were not able to use the primary data that we have collected because our sample size was too small, and the answers were biased because of response and non-response biases from the participants. Some chose not to participate, while others did not answer truthfully.
In conclusion, we've talked about many reasons why people suicide, but there's also many resources out there that can help. Crisis phone numbers, Kids Help Phone. And on the screen right now is some of the reasons why kids contact Kids Help Phone and their age ranges. So there's so many resources out there, counselors on duty every single night, 24/7, and the websites that you can ask any question, the phone numbers. But do these actually help?
That's all for JRS News tonight. Hope you enjoyed. Stay tuned next time where we'll talk about the IKEA monkey situation. Hope you enjoyed, and if you ever have a mental problem or deal with suicide, remember, Kids Help Phone is there for you. And for adults, you can also use Kids Help Phone even though it's a Kids Help Phone. Have a great evening.